Have you ever told yourself you're not strong enough, fit enough, disciplined enough? In today's episode, I want to challenge your thinking. So I got a personal story for you. A while back, I'd say about 3 months ago, I had a client come in. He's 69 years old. We were going through a workout. I was mentoring an 18-year-old guy. And I told the 69-year-old, I demonstrated, I said, all right, we're going to do this dumbbell swing. We're going to do something that's a progression, a regression to a kettlebell swing. So I said, I want you to do it, 69-year-old. And he looked at me like I was kind of crazy because I had the 18-year-old. He was doing it. He was kind of struggling a little bit, not picking on either one of them. But the 18-year-old started to move the weight, and it wasn't the best. So the 69-year-old, he did it. He's been training a little while. And he did 10 reps. So a dumbbell vintage swing or a dumbbell swing, you literally take the weight up to the top. He swung it up, 40 pounds, 3-inch grip. Amazing. His eyes lit up. He really got excited about it because there's this 18-year-old kid. He just showed him up. He just put him in the dust, right? We're not picking on the 18-year-old. He'll get there. He just has never done it. But it made him feel so awesome, so strong, so powerful. Because I know there was a time that he didn't feel fit enough. He didn't feel strong enough. He didn't feel like he was good enough. And I had to reiterate that point that he was strong enough, that he was powerful enough. So that's my personal story, my client example. Today, what I want to cover is I want to cover why your mindset is just as important as your workout, how mental strength influences physical performance, and how to build a strong, focused, and resilient mindset that sticks. So here we go. I have my notes in front of me. We're going to run through this because I think this is important. The mind-muscle connection starts in your head. This is a big deal. And this is something that I teach my kids. This is something that I teach my clients. This is something that I live by. Your thoughts shape your actions because what you believe determines what you commit to. The other day, I had my son. He's 10 years old. He has some struggles. He has ADHD. He's dyslexic. He has some struggles, some challenges, but the boy pushes through. He was at the table. He was seated at the table. He was eating, and he told himself, he said, just out of the blue, or he was saying something, and he said, man, I'm dumb. But immediately he stopped himself. He said, I'm not dumb, Dad. I'm not dumb. He was like, I'm not dumb. I thought that was important because we do this in fitness too. We say things like, I'm not athletic. I have failed too many times. I'm too old, too busy, too far gone. And I think these are common limiting beliefs that we place on ourselves that shouldn't happen, that shouldn't be a part of anything that we're doing. So my 10-year-old taught me a lot in that moment. We do it to ourselves though, right? I know I've done it to myself. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. I don't have enough certifications. I'm not built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't have every muscle popping. I'm not like that fitness influencer. I'm not like that trainer online. We do it. I do it. You do it. But I think what we have to do is we have to rewrite the narrative because here's something that I wrote down. Belief creates behavior. You don't have to be perfect. You have to believe you're capable. So let me read that again. Belief creates behavior. You don't have to be perfect. You have to believe you're capable. So here's something. I am someone who shows up over I have to be perfect. And I think that goes back with consistency, which we'll talk a little bit here in a minute. But I really do think that perfection limits us a lot because when you try to be perfect, when you try to really hit every T or cross every T, dot every I, that's when we limit ourselves. You have to show up though. This is something that I preach to my clients. You have to show up though. I'm here ready to train you. You have to show up. You have to be ready to go, not be perfect because perfection doesn't exist. Now we can practice. We can get better at nutrition planning. We can get better at programming. We can get better at all these things if we go to practice. My son the other day didn't want to go to, and I use my son a lot in a lot of my podcasts and a lot of my talks, is because I feel like he's so important to me, but he challenges me daily. He had practice in the hot sun. He had practice in the hot sun. It was 100 degrees already here in Texas, and he didn't want to go to practice. And so my wife and I, Kate and I, were talking to him. We said, you know what, son, this is a big time. This is a big moment in your life, in your young life, that you don't want to do something. You don't want to go to practice. You don't even, you don't want to do any of that in that 100-degree heat. But it's showing that you're going to show up. You don't have to be perfect at practice. You know what? The effort that you put in today, that's 100% of where you are today. That's what you're going to give. And that's what's important, because this is what's going to build character for further on, for moving forward in your life whenever life gets tough or when life gets hard. So I think how mindset drives real progress. Let's talk about that too. So you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be somebody that shows up. But discipline is greater than motivation. I really do think that's a big deal. Motivation fades. This is what I wrote down. Motivation fades, but a focused mindset keeps you consistent. To me, motivation doesn't exist. To me, motivation is something that's so fleeting. I don't believe in motivation. I do believe in discipline, though. I do believe in consistency, because when that motivation, you can be motivated. I can't stand, I love education. I love learning. I love reading. I love listening. I love watching YouTube. I love watching educational pieces on fitness, educational pieces on camera work, on audio, on shoes, on learning more about shoes, different things. I don't like going to seminars because I get that high. Have you ever been to a seminar? I'm sure you have. But if you go to a seminar or a workshop, on the weekend, you come back Monday, you're ready, you're pumped, you're ready to go, you're excited about what's going to happen. And then Monday shows up and that motivation's gone that you had at the seminar, because that whoever was talking to you was pumping you up, getting you ready for activity. And I think it fades. It really does, because you weren't in that consistent mindset from Monday through Saturday. And I think that's something that we all are challenged by. I know I am. There's times I don't want to work out. There's times I don't want to come to the gym. There's times I don't want to train people. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't. But I also know discipline over motivation happens. As soon as I get into it and I get going in my workouts or I get going in my training, I definitely feel so much better. I just feel like I'm back in the routine and the discipline and the consistency of what I'm wanting to accomplish. Visualization and mental rehearsal. This one's big. This is something I was thinking about the other day. I think you should do this. This is something I practice with my clients. It's something that I've done in my life. When I was younger, I was a track athlete. So I played every sport in high school, but I was a track athlete. That's what I got my scholarship in college. And so I got to run. I got to run cross country. I'm not saying I was any good, but I definitely was good enough to do that in a small school in Odessa, Texas. And they had this guy come in and he did visualization training. So he had you close your eyes, dark room. He said, all right, I want you to think about where you are in the blocks. I was a sprinter. So where you are, think about the wind, think about how it feels, think about how cold or hot it is. It's a cold day, I think it was, but just think about just the whole, you get what I'm saying? It's a whole mental rehearsal about it. So athletes use this. Why not you? Why not you? I still see myself competing. I still break things down. I have anxiety when I go to parties, which is really weird. I know I do a lot of this. I do this on a continuous basis, but I'm an introvert by nature. And so when I go to parties, which sounds really funny, go to parties, but when I go to events or things, I really do visualize how I'm going to talk to people, or the things I'm going to talk about, or what questions I'm going to ask, because for me, that helps me. That helps my mindset. It doesn't make me go crazy at all. I know you may think I'm crazy, but it really does. I don't know about you, but I want you to see yourself completing the workout, hitting the reps, staying on track whenever you're doing these things. And I think it really does put you in the right mindset, because mindset is powerful, your mindset. So overcoming setbacks starts mentally, because I was talking to someone the other day about burpees. I love burpees. Not because burpees are such a great exercise. I love it because whenever you drop down to the ground and you get back up, it's very symbolic for me. It's a very symbolic movement because life's going to throw us down. Life's going to throw curveballs at us. Your mindset decides whether you adapt or you quit. And I think with burpees, they get such a bad rap. I don't know why online they get such a bad rap, but they do. People hate them. I love them because I'm on the ground. I got to get back up, man. Life's going to push me down. So why not get down and get back up? That's a big, big thing. Mental strength is built like physical strength. You got to practice. You got to repeat. You got to be resilient. That's a big thing, man. Practice, practice, practice. I heard a quote the other day. I think it was Kobe. And I'm going to butcher the Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe. Kobe. But anyways, it 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 was he was talking about how if you have nerves or you're nervous, and I know a lot of times I was nervous whenever I was in competition, but he said when you're nervous, it just means that you didn't practice enough to prepare for that time or that competition. And I do believe that. I really do. Even for talks or for podcasts or for training, I have practiced so much. I wish you guys could go and listen to one of my first podcast episodes. Terrible, awful. But I've gotten better and I've been doing it for 6, 7, 8 years now. And I just continue wanting to get better. Heck, this may not even be my best work. It's going to get better because I'm going to continue to practice. I'm going to repeat it and I'm going to be resilient. I don't care if anybody really wants to see me because I love doing it. I enjoy bringing this and I'm going to be resilient with it. I know you like watching. That's okay. So I want you to start small. Finish a workout you wanted to skip. So we talked about that. I know a lot of clients that come and see me. I help them with their willpower. They borrow some of my willpower and they finish a workout they wanted to skip. They feel so much better when they finish. It just happens. Prep a meal when you're tired. I think that's another big thing. Prep a meal on Sunday when you don't want to do anything. You want to just chill out on that Sunday. So I think that's big. I want you to think strong, be strong mentality. How to train your mind. That's what I want to talk about. So positive self-talk. This is a big thing. In identity statements, I am strong. I train because I care about myself. These are big, big, big things. Something I was thinking about too, just earlier, was we train because we don't want to get old, right? We train because as we're getting older, we want to feel stronger. We want to be able to play with our kids. We want to be able to play with our grandkids. I know that's another phase of our life is grandkids. So we want to play with them. We want to get with them. We want to help them. We want to run with them, chase them, all these things. So I train because I care about myself. And that's something I want you to think about is you do work out to take care of yourself. That's a big, big thing, man. It's so big. So some daily non-negotiables. I want you to make a short list. This is my short list. This is very small though. Movement, mindset, recovery, and nutrition. So I move every day. I try to do something every day. My mindset is big. I'm big on competition. I have to be competitive with myself. I don't really care about anybody else, just with myself. My mindset, I talk to myself positively, sometimes some negative. Hey, you got to work harder. Come on, you can do this type of mentality. Recovery is big. You got to make sure that you're sleeping. You got to limit your alcohol. You got to help with your nutrition, which is the last one. Nutrition is big too. You want to make sure that you're eating good foods, enough protein. I'm packing on the protein right now. I want to get so strong. I want to feel so great, especially if you're trying to cut fat. You want to make sure you're eating enough protein. That's a big deal. And then lastly, you want to surround yourself with belief. Good coaches, man, people that believe in you, good communities, good podcasts like this one, whether it's video, audio, whatever it may be, but people that lift you up, people that help you. I have a hard time when I coach being negative with people because not that I'm trying to be negative, but I do. I want to praise people for showing up. I want to praise people that come and train with me, whether it's one-on-one in my small groups or large groups. I want to praise them and give them like, hey man, you look good. Hey, where do I get those arms? Which I really do mean it. One of my clients the other day, I was like, dude, your arms are huge, man. I've been training, I train you, your arms are bigger than mine. Oh, but they really are, which is cool. And I want them to feel that. Same thing with my kids. My kids are really big on my heart all the time. I always want to do what's best for them. I always want to help them to achieve greatness. And I try to find the best coaches. I find to try the best communities, the best things that I can put in front of them. I don't want to give them phones. I don't want any of them to have phones because I think once you get on social media, it's just hard to find positive things. It is, but If they're used in the right way, then it's great. But kids, man, you got to protect their minds. Their minds are so valuable, and that's something too with your mind. You got to think about it. You got to surround yourself with belief. Something I've told my kids since they were little, the big kids, is the 5 people, and I'm sure it's someone out there, Tracy, I don't know, Robbins, all these famous great uh, national speakers. Someone said it, but you truly are the person that you surround, the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So those 5 people, if you look around at the 5 people that are around you right now, your best friends, your good friends, people you go golfing with, people you go to church with, whoever it may be, you are that person. So keep that in mind, whoever that is, or whatever that is, or wherever that is. So I want you to think about that. So let's recap real quick. Your mindset is your most powerful tool, guys. If you believe you're capable, your body will follow. It will. It really will. I did an event. So if you're new to following us, you're new following Bustos Training, I tore my Achilles in 2023 of October. I ruptured it. I mean, I was playing basketball. Guy landed on me, tore my Achilles. I had to rehab. I had surgery, rehab, everything. It took me a year to really get back to where I was, but I had to really think about my mindset has to be powerful in order to overcome this. If you've ever heard anything, and I heard like the most critical, crucial tendon in the body, the Achilles, it really took me down. And I had some dark moments. I had some tough moments, but I truly believed that I was capable. And I did something in May. I did kind of like a high rocks competition, but it wasn't really called high rocks. If you're familiar with high rocks, there's a lot of running involved. There's a lot of activity involved, but it was for a local charity here. I said, I'm going to do this. I told Kate, I'm going to do this. So I did it. I came in third. It took me an hour and 15 minutes, but there was things like I had to run, I don't even know, 4.2 miles. You have to do 1,000-meter ski, 1,000-meter row. You had to do all these different events within the running too. So, and I jumped a lot in that type of thing, but I was so concerned about it. But I kept telling myself, I can do this, man. Think strong, act strong, become strong. That was something that was big in my heart. So I want that big for you. I want something like that for you. You can do this, okay? Here's my challenge to you. I want you to write down 3 identity-based affirmations this week and read them every day. Read them every single day. So an example would be like, I don't miss workouts. I am becoming stronger every day. I do hard things. Whatever it is for you, I don't know what that is, but write them down. A lot of my clients, what they do is they like to take pictures or something that they write down on a pad and they put it on their screensaver on their phone. So like their background, I guess you could call it. And they look at that and it reminds them that, hey man, this is me. I am strong. I don't miss these things. I'm not dumb, like my son said earlier. If you need support on this journey, we have so many tools, so many things. Head over to Instagram on our Instagram page, BUSTOS Training. Send us a message. Go on Facebook. Heck, go on Pinterest, go on Snapchat, go somewhere. If you have any questions about anything, you can always follow us, please. We have so many tips, so many things on there. Click the link in our bio on anything that we're doing. Even the link here on YouTube. If you have questions, please comment on this because I'm here to help you. We're here to help you get stronger. It's a team it's a team. It's me and Kate, and we really want to bring the best that we can. She'll come on the podcast here and there, but she's busy too. She's busy. We're busy. Everybody's busy, right? We all have those things. So here's something I want to leave you with. This is my sign off for today. Your limits live in your mind. Break them there and your body will follow. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate your time. Go get it.